Good morning. Welcome, all of you. Welcome to this gathering that we are here together as community on another Sunday morning. This time, many of us wearing orange shirts in honor of National Day for Truth and Reconciliation coming up on Tuesday. And today we can celebrate and honor that as a community. The call by Indigenous people to honor residential school survivors, their families, their communities, and all the children who went to school and didn't come home. With our orange shirts, that we are affirming that every child matters. And even if we're not wearing orange today, we know that we're committing to that sense of support and honoring and remembering as a community. So welcome to each and every one of you this morning. Welcome to those of you who are joining us online from wherever you happen to be this morning. You're an important part of our community, and we're really glad that you are joining us and know that you are with us and one with us. So here we are. As we gather, we recognize that we are a community that has a number of rituals that make our time special with each other. One of those is lighting our community candle. Well, you know what they say about a lot of hot air. This candle represents many things to many people, and we couldn't possibly list all the ways that this candle has meaning for us as a community. But one of the ways that it is really very special is that for folks that join us at home or join us throughout the week whenever they watch our video stream, many of you at home still light a candle and light it with us when we light ours. When SSUC Saskatoon joins us together, when they meet together once a month, they light their candle at the same time that we light ours. So beyond the images of light and the spark that connects us all to everything and everyone, it connects us as community, and we're grateful for that light that shines in our center and can always be a focal point to remind us that we're not alone. We are connected, and we are one. My name is Chris, and my pronouns are he, him. I have been inviting everyone to begin their time up at the front whenever they have something to say with your name and your pronouns, and look at me. I launched right in and forgot. So there it is. I've made up for it. I know that the rest of you will follow suit and help us know that we're all welcome, all of us, and Cindy will help us affirm that in our affirmations now.
Good morning. My name is Cindy Christensen. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm your gathering companion this morning. It's my privilege to read our affirmations for us. This is a treasured part of our gathering that gives us permission to be who we are just as we are. We welcome and affirm all sizes, all ages, all colors, all cultures, all abilities, all genders, all sexualities, all learning styles and neurotypes, all religions or none, all people. Welcome to all of us.
Is Tanis in the room? Thank you, Tanis. You snuck up behind me.
My name is Tanis.
Oh, microphone.
Oh, right. Sorry. Is it on? Yes? Can you hear me? Oh, sorry. My name is Tanis. My pronouns are she, her. We are gathered here on this land to ponder and discuss our spirituality, our beliefs. We are gathered here in Amiskwa Chiwaskigun, the Cree word for Edmonton, which means Beaver Hills. We are gathered on this Treaty 6 land where many nations of Indigenous, Inuit, and Métis people lived. We need to combine our acknowledgement with concrete actions embedded in a relationship of solidarity between our peoples. We need to encourage our government to live up to the treaties they and the Indigenous leaders signed in good faith. We are all treaty people.
Thanks, Tanis. A short video from former moderator Carmen Lansdowne that she recorded last year, but we didn't have a chance to show that last year on Orange Shirt Day. And what Carmen says in this video is very moving and very appropriate, and puts us in a place where we are recognizing our part in, not just in reconciliation, but our part in the residential school system as members of the United Church of Canada. And so Carmen's message from last year still rings true, and we'll watch her message now.
Greetings. I'm the Right Reverend Dr. Carmen Lansdowne, moderator of the United Church of Canada. Saturday, September 30th, we observe the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. We witness and honor the healing journey of survivors and families of the residential school experience, and we remember those who didn't make it home. Phyllis Webstad, founder and ambassador of Orange Shirt Day, is a residential school survivor and community leader who continues to raise awareness of Every Child Matters by sharing stories of the individual, family, and community intergenerational impacts of the residential school experience. Orange Shirt Day is not to be celebrated as a holiday. It is a day to reflect, to learn, and to pray about the continued impact of colonial policies and governance in what we now call Canada. Whether you attended one of the schools, whether you're an intergenerationally affected relative like me, a granddaughter of a survivor, whether you're a parent left behind or a non-Indigenous person in Canada who is fed a false history, Orange Shirt Day means every child matters. Indian residential schools operated in Canada between the 1870s and the 1990s. The last Indian residential school closed in 1996. Between 1925 and 1969, the United Church of Canada operated a total of 15 institutions within the Indian Act system as a part of the federal government's policy of assimilating Indigenous peoples. The Heiltsuk Joint Leadership of hereditary chiefs and elected chief and councillors have called not for reconciliation, but for a concept in our language called Hilsistut, or to turn around and make things right. It is not about reconciling two parties who have harmed each other, but non-Indigenous accountability for harms done to Indigenous people in the name of the Church, in the name of the Crown, and as a society that has normalized Euro-Christian whiteness. As members of a church that operated residential institutions, every member of the United Church of Canada is accountable for learning about the tragic and painful legacy of the institutions and how it continues to impact the lives of Indigenous peoples across the country. Children in those institutions suffered physical, sexual, emotional, spiritual, and cultural abuse. This resulted in the Indian Residential Schools Settlement Agreement, which included the creation of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada. Its final report and calls to action make clear that there is still a very long journey ahead of us as we seek to make things right. Racist or colonial policies continue to harm Indigenous children and their families. They manifest in inequitable funding for education, and injustices are perpetrated under the Indigenous Child Welfare Act. On September 30th, and every day, we must remember that every child matters. One way we can be proactive in showing Indigenous young people that they matter is by investing in the Wase Abin program. This program awards annual scholarships for post-secondary education to Indigenous students ages 18 to 29 who demonstrate financial need and academic excellence. I hope you will join me with millions of other Canadians, Indigenous and non-Indigenous alike, and spend time in reflection, prayer, and action on this National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. Wallace Gaescha, every child matters.
Good morning. I'm Pat Seal, and my pronouns are she and her. I'm going to lead us in a prayer, and I'll be saying our commitment, and I'll ask you to reply, "Today we wear orange." I hope it's going to be on the... Oh, okay. Our commitment. And so we're reminded that we learn from our tradition that every child deserves love, and to love all in recognition of the sacredness of every person. We are grateful that we are learning that real strength is rooted in love, not force. And in our love, we might work towards a better world where all of creation thrives and where every child matters. Our commitment. And so we remember Phyllis Webstad as a child, and the stolen childhood of all the children forcibly raised by church-run institutions known as residential schools. We lament how these institutions stole from children the opportunity to grow in a safe and loving environment, stole from elders the opportunity to share their teaching and wisdom with younger generations, and stole from communities the opportunity to live intergenerationally. We mourn the children who never made it home, the communities that were destroyed, the broken hearts, the stories never shared, and the shattered relationships. Our commitment. And so we seek comfort for all who are in need of healing and who daily wrestle with the ongoing harmful legacy of these colonial institutions. Strength to those who name how colonial powers have harmed us as people and as a nation, often at great personal cost. And courage to all who are working towards reconciliation. Our commitment. And so we pray for healing, that we who live together in this country can also work together to build a better future, where all children are cherished, beloved, and given what they need to thrive. May those who need to speak continue to find courage. May those who must listen hear and act with compassion on this Orange Shirt Day and every day. May this be so.
Our time for all ages is a time for us to gather here on the carpet or to be wherever you need to be and to share a time together. So I invite anyone who would like to come forward to come. It is hard to be first. They're coming. They're coming. Promise they're coming. Hello. Hello. I love your skirt. It's beautiful.
I think I came here when it was summer or something.
Oh, okay. And now it's not summer.
I'm in grade 4 now.
Oh, okay. Grade 4. Amazing. Welcome to the carpet now that you're in grade 4. Were you all hiding in the cracks and in the corners? Where did you all come from? Hi, everyone. Is there a spot? We'll make room. Everyone, let's make sure there's room for everyone.
I've seen someone wear that exact same shirt.
Wow. I have a right to be a child. I want to explore this book with you because it's all about kids. It's all about kids. And you might know a lot of this stuff, but I want to tell you that this is really great because this book is based on some big, fat, boring document called the Convention on the Rights of the Child, adopted by the UN General Assembly in 1989, which is before any of you were born. And then Canada said, we like this piece of paper. We are going to say yes and yahoo, and they did that in December of 1991. But then, thank goodness, Aurelia Fronte wrote a kid's book about it, because then we don't have to read 5 pages of a boring document. I know, you're disappointed, I know. I have the right to be a child. So, you are all children. We were all once children. And this book talks about how all around the world, we want to agree that you all, as children, have certain rights. You are important in the world.
Child is close to children, and it's basically just another word for kid.
Exactly. Child, kid, children, tyke, taught,
What?
whatever you like. You have something to say.
Yes. I'm wondering if. Oh, no, I forgot.
Oh, that's okay. If you remember, tell me at the end.
Why?
I am a child with eyes, hands, a voice, a heart, and rights. I have the right to a first name, a last name, a family that smiles at me, and a country that I can call my home. You remembered?
Yes.
Okay.
Childs are the future, and without children, there will be no human.
Could you imagine? Without children, you're right. We wouldn't last very long as a species. You
When we
are.
start out as babies, we would skip a step in aging, so we would just become teens right away. But what about the other races? Why
Exactly.
do skip
We need children, and you are so important as children that there are things that you deserve, and that's what this book is about.
What about teens?
I have the right to have enough food to eat and water to drink so that I can grow. My favorite thing is an orange. You can eat it or drink it. You can drink its juice. So you can see where this book is going, right? Like every child should have food to eat and water to drink. This is important.
Now,
I have the right to live under a roof, to be warm but not too hot, not to be poor and to have just enough of what I need, not more. I have the right to be cured with the best medicines that were ever invented, and to run and jump and climb and shout. It is so wonderful to feel good. I have the right to go to school without having to pay, so that I can learn how birds or planes or poppy seeds fly. I have the same rights whether I'm a boy or a girl. All genders love to sing the same songs. I have exactly the same right to be respected, whether I'm black or white, small or big, rich or poor, born here or born somewhere else. I have the right to be helped by my parents, my friends, and my country if my body doesn't work as well as other children's. I have the right to be free from any kind of violence, and no one has the right to take advantage of me because I'm a child. No one.
sir.
Just a minute. I have the right to go to school and to refuse to go to work. I'll choose a job when I've learned everything I want to know. I have the right to be protected by adults and to be sheltered from disasters under a great big umbrella, whether there's too much rain or because of other sad things.
Like Donald Trump destroying the city.
Oh, good one.
Basically.
I have the right never to experience the storm of war or the thunder of weapons. I'm afraid of guided missiles and smart bombs. Yeah, smart to be afraid of those things. I have the right to breathe clean air that's as pure as the blue sky or a newborn polar bear cub. I have the right to play, to create, to imagine, to make faces, and to leap around. And also to have friends, because dancing alone isn't very much fun. I have the right to learn about friendship, peace, and respect for our planet and for each human being who lives on it, for each animal that inhabits it, for each plant that nourishes it. I have the right to express myself completely freely, to say what I truly think about everything, even if it doesn't always please my dad. To say exactly how I feel, even if it always doesn't please my mom. I have the right to these things just because I'm a child, especially if I live in one of the 193 states in the world that have agreed to the Convention on the Rights of the Child. Then listen to this. When will all children everywhere really have their rights respected? Tomorrow? The day after tomorrow?
A week from now?
A week? In 20 years? There's a little tiny asterisk, a little star, and it's in tiny letters, but I'm going to read it to you because I don't think it's just for the grown-ups. It says, if I live in one of the very few countries that haven't agreed to the convention, like the United States of America, then I have the right to demand that my country join. Should I not have the same rights as every other child in the world?
No.
Yes, always.
Yeah.
Okay, so last page. We need our rights to be respected now, today, because it's right now, today, that we are children. That's the end. It got really exciting there at the end. All of the things that this book talks about are all the things that we hope that all of you and every child will have in their life, whether you live here or you live all across the world. And it's important to remember that if we do have these things, that is amazing and wonderful. And it's our job to make sure, even though it sounds really hard to do, it's our job to make sure, even as kids and as grown-ups, to make sure that every child can have these rights too.
Meow.
Yeah.
Meow.
Of course. Oh yes, you had a question, Tyler.
Yeah. Even if you're starting to make YouTube videos, you're still a child. And if you're a gamer, you're still technically a child.
That is very true.
Because I normally play a lot of Roblox games, and sometimes it's a fighting game, but anyway, it's not that noticeable.
So Tyler, let me just say for everyone what you're saying so everyone could hear. It doesn't matter what you do, even if you make YouTube videos, you might still be a child. And you have these same rights to all of these amazing things in this world that are just the basics of love and support and safety. So, did you remember what you wanted to say earlier?
Bruh, you said, it was literally like in the middle of the story and stuff.
Yes.
Anyway, don't parents have rights? Don't teens have
Ah.
rights?
You're absolutely right. And I think we could consider teens as children too, even though teens don't want to acknowledge that. We're talking about anyone who isn't of a legal age and can fight for themselves, because it's very hard for children to fight for themselves.
How is that?
You need people all around you that are going to make sure you're safe and going to make sure that you have all of these rights. And so this is a message for you that you have rights. This is also a message for all the grown-ups to say, hey, grown-ups, make sure the kids are okay, because every child matters. Right? Okay, we did it. We shared this great book, and I would like to invite you either to Kids Spirit with Daisy and Ariane, or I would like to invite you to Youth Space with Wes.
I remember last time I went with you.
And if you're staying in the room, you're welcome to that too. Come on, choir, you're going to come and sing for us too.
While we're getting set up, I want to introduce to you a barely married couple that some of us had a real opportunity to spend some time with and share in their wedding yesterday. So in case you haven't met them, Wilda and Carrie, just brand new marrieds. Aren't they adorable? Unfortunately, Deb is not here today. Deb has written these lyrics, and we're going to try to share them with you in the way that she intended them to be shared. Jade's pushing me back. 30 feet.
One spirit, many songs.
So this is a time where we can briefly share the life and the work of our community and know that we're working together for good things in our lives and in the lives of those around us. I want to share some things that are coming up just really quickly. On Saturday, in 6 days, we're having a gathering to honor our animal friends. I don't know about you, but I've had a couple significant animal friends in my life, and this is a chance to honor those that are both living, and you're welcome to bring them on their leashes or in their cages or some way that's contained or in their rolly balls, whatever you want to do. And then also, we're also spending some time to remember those animals in our lives that have been so meaningful, and we might bring a picture and remember them if they're no longer with us. So it's a short gathering. Weather permitting, we'll be on the lawn outside and just have a time to really celebrate the place of animals in our lives. And if the weather's poor, we'll be in here. No big deal. So great. Look forward to that time of sharing our love for the animals in our lives. Other things, Joyce, I know you have something to share.
Good morning. I'm Joyce Matson, and my pronouns are she, her. I seem to have lost my voice a bit. I'm here to talk about the fact that we're starting to do a bit of a study of the book called The Service Berry. Service berry is actually a Saskatoon berry, which is the name that we use mostly for that fruit. It grows in many, many places and has many, many different names. And Robin Kimmerer has written a book sharing the gift and the story of the service berry. And what it means for us to really recognize that everything we have comes to us from the planet Earth. And how should we be celebrating that? And what is our responsibility to reciprocate and offer the gifts we have to others in the community? She actually is very much challenging our whole economic system. And what would it mean if we could make some significant changes to that? So starting Wednesday night, we're going to be meeting in the lounge at 7 o'clock to take some time to unpack some of the messages that Robin has to share with us. So we would welcome any of you to join us. There's a sign-up sheet out in the foyer. Thank you.
Good morning, Karen Henderson, property maintenance team. My pronouns are she, her. A couple of updates. We received some information about the possibility of installing solar panels on the church. It could be financed in such a way that our monthly payments would be largely or totally offset by savings. We are looking for a group of 3 to 5 people to explore this possibility and see if it's something that's going to work for us. And this group would report to property maintenance team. So if anyone is interested, Karen Henderson, my email is in a lot in the morning messenger as I'm constantly looking for help with different things, so please contact me. Update on the washrooms. We continue to work with the design team for universal washrooms. We had provided them with an architectural drawing. They came back with this very beautiful and extremely expensive proposal, which is no way going to happen. So we asked them, we've met with them and asked them to stick to the preliminary design we provided them with, to bring it down in cost. And assuming the price is not exorbitant, which is going to be way more than what you'd expect, but not what they originally provided, we will start looking for grants and other fundraising opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. My name is Jacob Kellerman, and my pronouns is him, he. I need to talk to you about finances, and you know that I don't like talking about these things. But we're 8 months into our fiscal year at the end of August. So the board felt that I should give you an update. Of course, I have to talk every quarter about what we're doing. So end of October, I will sing a song about where we are after the first 3 quarters of this year. At the moment, where do we stand? You remember that we approved a budget at the AGM with a deficit of about $20,000. Since then, we approved the Evergreens program, which we all agreed is a wonderful program, and we support it, and that would take our deficit, projected deficit, up to about $31,000 for them. Sorry, I'm useless at this. So when we approved the Evergreens, our deficit went up to 31,000. That's what we think it's going to be. So where are we sitting right at the moment? Deficit of 49,000. Terrible, isn't it? So what are the reasons for it? It's because it's a phasing thing, and we've got 2 big fundraisers coming up, and we need to raise at least $7,000 for those 2. So this is your first opportunity. We've got the fall dinner coming up, and we need about 80 more people. We've got some people signed up at the back. We need 80 more people to make up our numbers. So if you wonder how to support it, beautiful evening, lots of fun, and we can maybe make our budget as we forecast it. So we have 2 fundraising events coming up, like I said. The first one is the fall dinner. Please support it. I project what our deficit is going to be at the end of the year. If we get the $7,000 from fundraising, and I straight line what we, average what we have, our income and our expenses have been up to now, we should make the $30,000 deficit that we projected. So why are we in the situation where we are? Our givings are down by about 42,000. So I'm not going to get into any detail. You can shout at me afterwards if you want to know more about it. On the other side, our cost control has been excellent. And I told you at the beginning when we approved the budget that this is a very tight budget. And our committees and everybody who's responsible for spending money has been doing a wonderful job. We're $10,000 below what we budgeted to spend up to this point. And there's no reason to expect that that will go up. So there are some good news in this as well. And our outreach is on target, and all the money that we got in for ministry and services, for mission and services, I keep on saying that wrong. Mission and services has been paid over as well. So there are no outstanding debts that we're sitting at the moment. We just got to coast this year out. If it sounds horrible to you, it's not. Because we've got money invested. And that's what I keep on saying. We are in a very fortunate position that we have money in the bank. But we cannot keep on dipping into that. So we got to try and balance our operating budget year to year. But if you want to know, we've got in investments and GICs and in cash at the moment, we've got about $500,000 in the bank. Any questions, shout at me afterwards. Thank you.
Knowing the situation is half the challenge, right? So now we know it, and we are always invited into that story. And it's not just Jakob's job, it's all of our job to be invited into that. And so almost every time, one of us will make an invitation. There's a box, there's 2 boxes, in fact, at the back. That means you can give twice. And then And then there's our website, and there's e-transfers. There's lots of ways to give. You can buy grocery cards from us, and a little bit of that comes back. There's lots of ways to contribute. The 2 fundraisers that are coming up, as Jakob said. So there's lots of ways to support our community, even passively, as you do your grocery shopping. So please consider a donation today. And if you donate already, and it comes right out of your bank account, thank you. Thanks for all that you already do give. We don't do the things we do without you. And so even though there's more to do, many of you have done so much. And so thank you very much. Gilda, you're up, my dear.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Gilda Valley, and I don't feel comfortable using personal pronouns because of a very painful personal experience, and I'd like to explain. I don't mean disrespect for anybody in the gay, lesbian, queer, trans group. But when I did not get married, my parents assumed that I was a lesbian without any evidence whatsoever, and I empathize deeply with the feeling of rejection that the LGBTQ community experiences. So I hope you'll forgive me. I just can't. This is our wisdom reading for today, and I'm honored to be asked to help with this service. This is from Matthew chapter 22, verses 36 to 40. And it's a First Nations version, an Indigenous English translation. The expert came to him. "Wisdom keeper," he asked, "which instruction in our tribal law stands first? The Creator sets free," that is, Jesus, answered him, "You must love the Great Spirit from deep within, with the strength of your arms, the thoughts of your mind, and the courage of your heart. This is the first and greatest instruction. The second is like the first," he added. "You must love your fellow human beings in the same way you love yourselves. The law and the words of the prophets all find their full meaning in these two instructions." These are words that are a gift to the English-speaking First Nations people and to the entire sacred family, connecting to the cultures and traditional heart languages of the first peoples. May we find wisdom for our living.
I want to speak first and foremost, just as a personal little reflection about this space. Many of us walk in here weekly, or maybe more than weekly, and it's an easy place to take for granted. This place that was built with loving hands now 25 years ago, this place that we call home for our community, it's made sacred not by any special holy thing. It's made sacred by the fact that we gather here. We make it sacred by the values and the connection that we place at its center when we're here together, and all that might mean as community, as individuals. And yet, it's important and maybe even underrated, the need for us to acknowledge that this space, like many other spaces across this land, carries a complicated legacy. Because the word church is on it, because the word United Church is on it, alongside other institutions, we as United Church were complicit in the residential school system, and that truth is painful, but it is essential to know that even just the site of our building, of our space, is a painful one for many. Chief Robert Joseph is the hereditary chief of the Gwawianak people and survivor of the residential school system. His memoir is a powerful journey through trauma, healing, pursuit of reconciliation. The title itself, meaning we are all one, is a guiding principle in his work. And I want to share with you this quote. Reconciliation is about forging and maintaining respectful relationships. There are no shortcuts. We must never forget the children who never came home. We must never forget the pain that was inflicted. But we must also remember that healing is possible, that love is possible, that reconciliation is not a destination, it is a way of being. We are not born hating each other. We are not born with a sense of superiority or inferiority. We are not born with a sense of privilege or entitlement. We are not born with a sense of racism or bigotry. These are learned behaviors. And if we can learn to hate, we can learn to love. This is not a passive love that he talks about, I don't think. This is a love that listens, a love that laments, a love that acts. And I think his words echo the teaching from the Jesus tradition that we heard a moment ago. This is the kind of love that instructs us to love the Great Spirit from deep within, with the strength of your arms, the thoughts of your mind, and the courage of your heart. However we interpret that Great Spirit, for some it might be God, for others it might be that spirit of connection, for others it might be that sense of community or wellness or health or oneness with the planet. Whatever it is that we translate Great Spirit, we must love that so heartily that it becomes our living. And from that place, from that centered, loving place, is where we can start to express that love to each other, to our fellow human beings, to love in the same way that we love ourselves. We will continue our series of expansive vocabulary in the weeks to come. But today's vocabulary word is just one word, and it is love. It could be the word every day, and it ought to be. But today's wisdom calls us to love that is lived, that it is at our very center, our very heart, not just spoken, but a love that reaches across divides, a love that refuses to turn away from suffering, but hears it with compassion, even though it's difficult to hear another's suffering. A love that says we are one, and a love that says everyone, especially every child, has a right to that love. When Wilda and Carrie were here yesterday in front of their family and their friends and this beautiful community of people witnessing their commitment of love in marriage to each other, we shared this sense that love is not just a feeling, but a practice. Love is always a practice. When we walk humbly and listen deeply and act boldly in love, that is the only way we have of expressing it. Our feelings, they come and go. But love is what we do. So may our love that we express be one of action, be one of listening, be one of compassion, even when it's the hardest to do. So whether it's marriage or whether it's living life as a human, may love be at our center always, so that everyone matters and has a right to share and give and receive that love every day of their lives.
Oh, thank you. There were some melodies there from my past faith community that hit me hard. I guess I miss the music. I don't miss the words, but I definitely miss the music, so thank you. Well, blowing out this flame does mean that our time together is ending. But what we have heard and felt and thought does not end here. We take it with us beyond this space and out there. We remember this time together and continue growing and being and doing and loving.